heroes. Deadshot, Disrupt, I already mentioned those two. Fissure, I doubt you're gonna be able to get Fissure most of the time. I mean, if you get Fissure, it means the Earthshaker probably messed up, you know. Yeah, but just very interesting to see this hero, you know. This position for Rubik has just fallen off of favor a lot. Because right now, the things that are popular are all the melee heroes, right? We already briefly mentioned it during the draft, the Bounty, the Nyx, the Reiki, and sometimes some teams, I think like Paravision, they're like the Spirit Breaker. Those are the heroes that are kind of the trend right now, because you need to pull your wave. You have like this double melee off lane, you know, and you just pull and you try to, you know, play the lane that way. So the range heroes have been fallen out of favor.
Yeah, definitely. How many, bro? 3.
How many, bro? So what does that mean? You're my third best bro?
I don't know. How many in the smoke, maybe? See what they're doing.
Yeah,
A
they're
little
trying
bit of
to do something
shenanigans.
cheeky here with they're splitting all their heroes up, you know.
Yeah.
On 9 Pandas, they're trying to be sneaky to steal maybe an extra rune here. Let's see if they manage to do it.
Heroic very well in position here. They've got wards down, both wards down in the jungle. King Jungles is going to go ahead and actually set up a very nice disruption. Decent body blocks, looking for first blood here onto the Rubik. 5 stacks here on that Fury swipes, and I don't think he gets away, least of all with the blood grenade applied. Lupsy running for it, really making him work for it. That's the Fairy Fire consumed, but one more Earth Shock, and they've got that kill.
Yeah, that's a very nice start there for Yuma on the Ursa. And they're gonna get the D-Ward too, you know. This is amazing. So the Shell Demon's already half leveled up, so he's gonna get level 2 quickly. Ursa also. So this lane could snowball if they're not careful, you know, on the Rubik and Doom.
Yep.
And on Rubik, it's also kind of harder to pull. I don't think you want to be pulling the wave, you know, as a Rubik. So it's gonna be quite challenging here for 9 Pandas to stabilize this off lane here.
Yeah, definitely. Something that I think, if we just quickly take a look at the other lane, we've kind of missed the action already. But Whisper, of course, starting off with these Eidolons solo, he does good damage on this level 1 Nether Blast, but you have to remember that these Eidolons, they have pretty high magic resist, don't they? What are they at, like 30%? So pretty above average, especially for summons. So Solo's only going to be able to clear these consistently while they are earlier, lesser Eidolons consistently. You can see here getting the job done and preventing them from splitting.
I think you're a fast hero, you know, so on Puck now, so you can just run them
That's
down.
true.
But meanwhile, Heroic, you know, the top lane's already, you know, destabilizing because of the first blood, and now they're snowballing into more kills, and Rubik does not have a TP. This is very, very bad news for Lupsy. You know, this overall last pick, Rubik, is not having a good start here.
Yeah, we both... I mean, again, it's got good steals in the team fights, but the problem is if you lose the lane so hard, you never really put yourself in a position to utilize the hero. We'll see exactly how they can look to try and stabilize that, potentially with a tiny rotation, but we're still a few minutes away from that.
Rubik needs a lot of resources, you know, a lot of levels, a lot of items to be effective in the team fights. And as of right now, he's going to be, like you say, you know, hoping that the tiny at some point he's going to be able to make a rotation to help out. Or maybe even from the safe lane, you know, they can just gate top with the Puck now to try and help out. I would just have to wait and see whether it happens. Now just still both teams just focusing on just stabilizing the lanes. And for the Lifestealer, we already mentioned that he is probably going to have a little bit of a harder time against Enigma in terms of CSing in this lane. And Enigma is going to be able to pressure him constantly all the time. Whereas the Ursa is going to free farm, you know, compared to the Lifestealer. So Ursa is going to be very, very happy in his lane at top.
Mid lane, as you expect, usually these Earthshakers off to a pretty decent start as well. 14 and 5, so he's besting the Tiny. Of course, this gets a bit easier once Tiny hits Grow and gets all that bonus armor. But, you know, Shaker doing Shaker things. They're going to try again top lane, where Lupsy simply TPs away this time around. He's going to have to lose that first Lotus, however, as Lies was away, skipping away. Careful here, King Jungles. We'll take a little bit of damage, but that was a bit optimistic out from the Rubik there, throwing the blood grenade. So they're going to be without that resource now.
And the Doom is on the other hand still, I mean, in terms of CS, he's doing okay, you know, 15 and 2 compared to the 13 and 0 Ursa. I mean, Ursa has 2 kills, but I think overall the Doom is still getting a good amount of gold and XP out of this lane. As long as they stop the bleeding, don't feed away any more kills from now on, it should still be fine for Lies on the Doom. I mean, mid lane you already mentioned is kind of gonna be like a wash, you know, like 2 melee heroes just trying to be more efficient in terms of securing the range creep, the bandit creeps, and then just picking up the water runes and waiting for the potential, maybe a bottle refill, you know, from your supports if they die from the side lanes.
A shocking amount of denies, I have to say, in favor of Serenata, especially versus a Shaker. Wasn't really expecting that, but you're right. I mean, it's mostly pretty even, and not shocking in terms of denies is, of course, Whisper.
9 denies on the Tiny against Earthshaker. That is
pretty good.
Not a very common CS stat, you know, against Shaker.
I agree. Not a common stat line at all, but he's making it happen here with that additional tree damage, I
meanwhile,
suppose.
bot lane, Heroic is making the gate move.
Yeah, careful though. Yeah, they've got that nether ward down with the siphoning ward, so they've ended up healing up Solo to full. Drum charge already utilized. They will charge forward now, looking for the Lifestealer. Vatoon trying to escape here. 3 stacks. A blood grenade. That second one missed, but they still have enough damage, just barely. Cost King Jungles all of his mana, but the stacks of Shadow Poison level 2 get the job done. That is a trouble start to the bottom lane here as well then from 9 Pandas. His first Nightfall hits.
Solo's in trouble as well.
They have Solo too, yeah.
Oh boy. This tower is, I think, probably dead. The Lifestealer can't TP down.
Yeah, could be. The wagon's well on its way.
Yeah, this tower is down, you know. This is the power of the Enigma. When you pick him in a game where the enemy lane can't really stop you from pushing the tower, and it was a perfect gate gank from King Jungles there, setting up everything very, very nicely for Whisper here. So well done.
Wow. Tower is just down, just like that.
Strike back in the mid lane.
Mid lane. They're looking for analog, and oh my goodness, everything keeping it alive. The last auto attack from Solo does the trick, but between the infused raindrop charges, the magic wand, analog nearly getting away, but it will not be 5 unanswered kills. Instead, it's a kill onto the mid lane here to make it 1-4, just about 6 minutes in. If they could secure this next power rune, if it's a good action rune here for Serenata, they might be able to allow this Tiny to continue snowballing in their favor. Let's see how this works out for them. Rune spawns bottom, and it's just the illusion.
Yeah,
not much to write home about.
Yeah, Scope is just allowing the Earthshaker to pick it up. I'm not sure how useful it is going to be. I guess you can kind of dispel the decrep. That's basically the most useful thing.
Yeah, true. Maybe that makes a difference, but you're right. It's again. I was
slow,
looking
at the slow from the tree troll. That's
sure.
about it.
Might be put to use. Who knows? We'll see soon here as it's a smoke from Heroic, Analog, and Schofield on their way, trying to go top lane. King Jungles has been scouted already, though he's going to be tossed back into the waiting arms of the Doom, and one last auto attack will do the trick from Serenade. However, Analog, dropping the solo Echo Slime there. Didn't catch anything else, but it seems like they'll have the damage regardless, especially with Yuma connecting from the secret shop area. Black Hole dropped onto Doom. Whisper connects here as well as Lies. He's going to die as soon as he gets out of that black hole. Okay.
Wow, that was a beautiful move there. Enigma gated. After he killed bot tower, he gated top. And then the Earthshaker smoked with the Shadow Demon also. They had 5 heroes converging on the same location. It's a little bit pity that they didn't have enough time to fight for the Wisdom as well, but they got 2 big kills here, plus the tower.
Yeah, a nice move. And it seems like, especially with the Eidolons, another drum charge is used. This top tier one is going to fall as well. They're looking for Analog mid, but they can't find him. Illusion Rune not really making the difference there, but you know, he's going to be just fine as that top tier 1 tower goes down. Winter, it's kind of just like you called it in this draft. This Enigma, especially coupled with these nice rotations early from Heroic, is really accelerating the pace of the game. That's 2 tier 1s down before even the second power rune spawns in.
I mean, it's not over. They're still coming. Ursa's making the move here as well. 8-minute rune. They're coming in. Gonna get the rune
is going to spawn top. It's an amplified damage rune, but that doesn't matter here for this fight. Solo, still gets caught by that fissure. They have the siphoning ward down, so they can't use any spells to kill him, but eventually Yuma hits him with that enchant totem to take down our little skeleton boy, and that's going to be an amplified damage rune scouted top for Heroic. Yuma, is he going to pick that up in fights? Do you give that to Shaker? I think you give it to the Shaker here. They will try. Lupsy. Good avalanche there. They will not die for him here quite yet.
It's such aggression, you know, shown by Heroic, just bringing 5 heroes in the top fight, bringing 5 heroes in the middle fight. This is just all-out war, you know. They are just trying to fight for all the territory they can put their sights on right now. Just looking to take over the map as quickly as possible.
It's worked so well, I think, especially because key to this is they've shut down Vatoon first, right? Like, he is still very much on the recovery training. He's actually going to opt for a Radiance first, so we won't see him for like 6-7 minutes probably, to be honest.
6-7 minutes?
And then this entire time.
You're not going to see him for 10 minutes, brother.
Look, I was being a bit optimistic. Okay, he is a really good lifestealer player. They're going to try for Yuma up top. Avalanche will catch him, but the Enrage gets off. Of course, Enrage not reducing airtime, so that toss is still full value. Doom is going to be dropped, and a save just in the nick of time. He's going to live.
Wow.
Oh, no.
That was some next level stuff there from Heroic, man.
Yeah.
I thought the TP is going to be wasted, but they somehow have enough time to let him live through the Doom.
If I'm not mistaken, you know, they doomed him when he was still enraged, but because it doesn't matter, like, Doom just applies all of its damage throughout the duration, he actually almost died anyway. That was an Echo Slam mid as Solo, he is caught on the wrong side of the fissure here, gets taken down by a Whisper. Finally, though, they net themselves a power rune into the bottle of their mid Tiny. So he has a shield rune ready to go. It's not like the haste that they wanted, but
I mean, the next few runes are going to be important, right? Because the first one is Illusion, then we had Shield, and then we had DD, right? The previous one, AD. So the next one is going to be like Invis or plus Haste. I think those are going to be Arcane runes. So the next couple of runes are going to be very, very nice for the Tiny to make moves. You know, he's going to also have his dagger. So it's going to be important for at least 9 Paladins to try and secure the runes to allow them to, you know, get a couple of pickoffs. They need kills on anyone, you know, like on any big core hero. Ideally the Enigma or the Shaker. I think if they can kill them, or even the Ursa, you know, they can kill them with the next couple of moves in the next few minutes and buy them some time to farm the Radiant. So the Lifestealer does not want to be a part of the game right now, you know, he needs time. And they have to try to create moves on the side lanes to ensure that the Lifestealer has time to farm his Radiance. He is, however, under a ward now. They're going to see him. I mean,
just lost though. They're TPing though. They're TPing. They want him. Vatoon, he's going to be able to get out of dodge in time, it would appear. Yeah, Whisper again. He's not going for like Blink Dagger, BKB, Black Hole Enigma, right? So their catch is not that fantastic yet.
He's going for Stuff next on the Enigma. Yeah, this is very interesting. I was expecting like a pipe, you know, so you can combat the magic damage from Tiny, Pugna, Doom.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that either. That's an interesting call. Oh, smoke breaks. They're going to reveal Vision up there as Serenata does pop the shield rune and tosses a tiny illusion onto Whisper. There's the Avalanche at it too. Leaves him a bit shy on mana, but he's got that soul ring to work with here. Whisper holding on to that black hole as 12-minute rune spawns bottom. This should be secured by Heroic.
He's changing his mind. It's going to be a haste for Analog, but Whisper is changing his mind, so he's queuing up the pipe now.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But still has the Force queued up after. That's interesting.
I mean, the Force is nice, kind of like against the Lift from Rubik and the Doom, you know, running down your teammates.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's useful.
Getting across the fissure to Black Hole.
But I always like to say the item sequences are also pretty important, you know. Like, you kind of have like a good idea in most games. Okay, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need that. But you have to kind of make a decision based on the time of the game, which is more important right now, you know. And to get the sequence right is also another skill that the players have to determine in the game. Getting the wrong item at the wrong time, even though you need both of the items, could be, you know, game losing.
Definitely. I see what you mean there. Smoke here from 9 Pandas doesn't look like it's going to pan out into anything, unfortunately, as they have yet to even find their first tower. So these smoke moves are pretty hard to make as soon as Heroic notices a lot of heroes missing off the map. Just look how they're setting the trap with King Jungles in the mid lane.
They are kind of in avoiding mode right now because Lifestealer wants to farm Radiance. So their best bet is to just like have wards on the side lanes and try to go for like pickoffs if you can.
Yuma, big stack being farmed there with the Battle Fury. That feels good, delicious.
Analog has a haste and dagger now. He's looking for the lifestealer. If he can actually find V-Tune here, this is going to be huge. You know, he still doesn't have his Radiance yet. Almost there, and
Nope.
550 gold. If they can actually kill him now, this is going to be very, very good.
They're waiting patiently. That haste is ticking down. Analog continuing to be patient, though. Like you said, this is the Blink reveal, so they'd love to find something, but 9 Pandas know how to read a map as well. Solo's been around the block once or twice, and so instead it seems like it'll just be a tier 1 tower going down without much of a defense, although they do see a Rubik. Schofield does not manage to actually hit the silence, so that's a dead shot stolen. That's a nice spell.
Very nice. It's a very, very good farming tool and a very good fighting tool when it comes to the engages, you know. So the Rubik is going to have to prove his worth that he is the overall last pick and he has to be useful in the team fights, you know. He has to kind of do a lot. Tiny
very
is
true.
on his way to his dagger. Okay, I think the game has finally begun for 9 Pandas. They can actually make moves now on the side lane with the dagger on Serenade. Ideally, they can pick off like I guess the Shaker and the Ursa kind of is going to be difficult targets to kill. And Enigma is probably the easier one, but he has pipe now. So
Oh, yeah. Full
I'm not even
pipe.
sure if that's going to be possible.
He's
They
almost
need
out
to
of drum
find single-
charges, but
Single pickoffs here and there, you know, try to buy time. They don't want to fight into 5 against 5 right now.
okay. But like you said, the Blink's here now on the Tiny, so it's at least viable to maybe solo pick off someone. We'll see what they
But
can
that depends
find.
whether Heroic give them the opportunities to, you know, to get those solo pickoffs. You know, if they just
Oh
group
my-
up with the pipe and drums on Enigma, they're super strong.
Dude, this Ursa's huge. He has a Blink Dagger now already. That is terrifying. Serenata, sorry, looking for something. It's just going to have to Avatoss this mid wave, and unfortunately does
Okay,
not
they
have
saw the dagger
opportunity.
for sure. They saw the
Yeah.
dagger already, so they're gonna know. Gonna play it safe. Meanwhile, King Jungle's walking under an observer ward, so he's probably gonna die here.
Oh, Serenata, though, jumping forward,
Oh,
trying to get
Ursa
a pick off
jumping
here.
in.
They do find King Jungles. Ursa is going to
Doom.
eat this Doom. Enraged, though, he's not going to take much damage from that Echo Slam into the river. It's going to catch 2 of them. Lies, he goes down, stunned up, but still able to get off a spell here. Serenata, will that make a difference? No, it will not. He was
Yeah,
silenced,
the
had
pipe.
nowhere to run.
Pipe plus drums just made the team fight so easy there from Heroic. That is right now the difference maker, you know. You have the drums on the Doom, but they could run in and chase, but they just couldn't do enough damage to kill off heroes, you know, when the pipe is there. They only got 1 hero, but they lost 2 cores. So that was definitely not the fight 9 Pandas wanted. And it was already a pretty good start, right? They saw the Shell Demon, they picked him off right away, but they still couldn't really capitalize, you know, in the fight.
Hard
That shows you
situation
how
for
far
them to be in.
behind they are.
And it's
it's
only going to
tough.
snowball, right? I think Yuma is going right into this Roche pit. Yeah, indeed he is. It's a
What
pretty
can they
obvious
do?
move.
They have no Doom, Lifesteal's Radiance, but it doesn't feel like they have anything in the tank to stop the Roche here.
We'll see. I mean, they're still fighting into this black hole as well, right? That was just not used last fight. They have pipe ready to go. No drum charges.
Yeah.
As Heroic,
Pipe,
they know that they are being contested here.
pipe plus, like, I think just a fissure, you know, they are still going to be able to blow heroes off with the Ursa daggering in. So you fissure from far and the Ursa jumps in and you just kill 1 hero instantly.
Okay.
And baiting the
Engagement
Shaker.
here onto Analog. There's the pipe forced out. The jump back onto Solo now. He can save himself with the Decrepify, but he is completely left behind here. Yuma consumes him. That is his 7th kill this game on the Ursa in 17 minutes. We're at a 3-11 scoreline, 8K lead now for Heroic as they continue to do this first Roche. Lupsi manages to TP away, found the right tree to hide behind. This Roche will go down ultimately uncontested.
Yeah, the snowball is getting really, really hard to stop right now for 9 Pandas. I mean, even right now, the lifesteal, if he completes his SNY, it's still, I feel like it's still a very long way. Against Ursa, you kind of need the axe to kind of, because you can't really man fight the Ursa, so you need axe to kind of kite him out and disarm him in the team fights. So then you're gonna need another, another 5 minutes to farm it after the SNY. So when are they gonna be ready to fight? You know, that's gonna be the question for 9 Pandas. You know, it feels like it's gonna be forever. Whereas for Heroic, they're just ready, you know, from now. They've been ready since minute 10, and they've been fighting and taking the
Yeah.
map.
I think they're gonna hit their next power spikes here, like you were suggesting, right? This Ags online for Analog, even more mobility. You're gonna have this BKB for Yuma on top of this Aegis probably for a few minutes. 4-staff on Whisper is again still a little bit of a question mark for me, but it's not a bad item. I don't hate it. And finally,
Wouldn't
King
you much
Jungles
rather
with Glimmer.
just get your bongo boots here so you get the charges? I feel like that's probably what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd consider it, right? I would certainly consider it, especially because then you can basically ignore open wounds and make Vatoon even weaker.
I mean,
right?
it's also a doom. Someone gets doomed, you just pop the drums and run. I mean,
No,
the
you
bongo
just
boots
run.
and just run.
No, look, I mean, you're making a lot of sense here. Again, I mean, I still don't hate 4-staff. Like, what you're saying is the order correct? And that's where I agree with you. I'm not sure.
I think this one doesn't matter
Serenata?
as much as the pipe
Oh,
order.
Yuma jumps him. He found him. Quick toss away, but it's likely not going to make a difference here. There's just too many heroes. They break his cover, and Analog breaks his neck there with that last enchant totem.
I like that you actually brought that up. I think this doesn't make as much difference as the other sequence where we are talking about getting the pipe and the 4-staff.
Yep.
So I think the pipe one has a lot more value in getting it early, whereas if you're comparing upgrading the Trankles and drums into the bongo boots and getting the 4-star, I think this one doesn't really.
Yeah, because they
has a bigger
do
deal.
similar things. They do similar things. Okay, here we go.
And
Vatoon finally getting involved here. There
needs
is an
one
Echo
creep.
Slime ready to be
Kill the
used.
creep.
Analog, he's going to Echo, but it's not going to matter. Vatoon outfights and takes down the mid, basically solo. Lepsy was
He
there.
almost killed one more creep, then he would have actually gotten the Blade of Alacrity, so he didn't lose any gold. Ace. Yuma picks it up. Nicely done.
Yeah, solo
There's no way
is
out for you,
just going to
Solo.
die. Not much you can do there.
Bro, he already tanked the gang, I guess. Some way.
Jungle
And now the
going
20-minute
hunting.
mark.
He
Tormentor
didn't
is
cancel
up.
the blink. He's got to be careful for a toss back. Careful though. Rubik canceled his TP. So now Heroic can move a bit more confidently here. Even without
they
the
want the
Shaker, they're going to
Tormentor.
go for Tormentor. Is this going to be contested though? No, not quite, as the
Oof,
Avalanche
Shadow
is going to
Demon.
come in too late.
Gaben loves him. The first shot is given to Sheldy, one of the best ones in the game. Now you get the cleanse and the heal. It's very useful at removing like the slow from the tiny toss. Infernal Blade. So it has a lot of value in this game.
It's true. Yeah.
They're already
Open
having
wins.
so much problems, for
Decred?
to kill anyone from hero, and now it's gonna be even harder with the shot on Shadow Demon.
Very good. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it just feels so bad. I think if you're Pugna this game, it seems like your entire kit is now basically neutered as a result of King Jungle's existing. What's he gonna do?
At what point we're gonna have the Glimmer Cape counter?
Well, we're at
It's
one
gonna-
right now, I believe. King Jungles
I
has
think there's a
his.
second one coming up. Someone's getting another one.
I don't
I
see
mean,
it
Morta's
yet.
queuing another one. On Radiant,
fair
I
enough.
guess Pugna eventually will get one. He's gonna get caught now. Rod of Atos.
Yep, no Glimmer Cape for him, only another death. Oh, okay, Serenata jumps in. Didn't have any spells,
that was
though.
risky. Okay, he's gonna die.
And
Wait.
now he's gonna die. Little save your buddy syndrome there.
Yeah, new
As,
players,
Saren.
they still need to get punished a couple of times for save your buddy syndrome before they learn to
Yeah.
leave their supports.
Yep, that's
Especially
true,
if it's
even
solo,
if it is solo. Yeah.
You see Solo doing something, pushing out the wave, you know that it is not your
Let him
place to
cook.
help him,
Let him cook. He's more of a solo act, No pun intended.
Well, that's how he plays, Push out dead lanes. Keep blood grenades in his inventory. Well, actually not this game, on the Pugna.
No,
But literally,
no.
he's giving his blood to his teammates, by healing them in the team fights.
That's true. Uh-oh, he's gonna just die again. Solo, you
Okay.
madman. Analog's like, is this real? Chat, is this real?
Yeah, it's just I guess he kind of lost the plot, Just felt like he didn't really have a purpose, That's the problem when you don't really have timings, and you're up against this Enigma type of hero, which is snowballing the team fights, snowballing the towers. He's taking everything. It can be quite hard to find purpose in a game if you're playing like a Pugna. Because Pugna wants to fight, And if you're not supposed to fight, then your best next option is to just try to push out the creep waves, right? Which is what he was trying to do. Trying to go to the garbage farm, collect it, hopefully that the enemy's going to commit a lot of heroes and your other cores can farm on
Yep.
the other lanes.
Except he got caught in the trash compactor. It was like episode 4, but like a non-happy ending version.
What?
You know, Star Wars, when they get in the trash compactor. This could be a catch. Hold on. But I don't know. You must got a BKB. Okay. Blink gets canceled, but... Oh, it doesn't get canceled, actually. And instead, it's Vitoon who gets canceled by the black hole of Whisper. They will mop up the Rubik next as they go hunting for even more. Lies is underneath a ward here, so they've seen him. But they'll know that he's going to get all the way back. He's got no business trying to defend that tier 2 tower now. Oof.
This game is getting ugly, Mr. Garcia. Things are looking
Yes, it is.
worse and worse with every minute passing for 9 Pandas. They have to try to I think, defend the high ground at this point. You know, try some toss in, toss back, and then hopefully in the team fights you're gonna expose them and slowly pick them off.
Yeah, definitely. Try and find a position where the Shadow Demon's, positioned a little bit too aggressively, or if he's pushing bottom and your enemies are top. That circumstance is a little bit, you have to pity them a bit because they had that observer ward down, which kind of gave them a false sense of security, making that jump onto the Earth. So they certainly weren't expecting the jump to come from the Enigma. That sucks. But it is what it is. That's part of the game, They took a risk and it didn't pay off for them.
It's always a good play, to take risks when you're losing, I feel like when you're losing, at some point of the game, you need to figure out how to get out of the hole and you have to take risks, That's just how it is,
This could be a jump. Who will they find, though? They see the warrior, the courier, sorry. See Schofield. They want analog. Serenada's just a moment too late. Just a moment. Instead, Vitoon, he finds Schofield, who will pierce the veil. Okay, Deadshot almost catching that Tiny, but he gets around it. It'll allow him to blink in 2 seconds. Schofield, into the trees he goes. Serenada blinking after him. This time he finds his man, but the pathing didn't really work out for him there. Now it's Liza's turn to jump on in. In the meantime, the Heroic is just farming the other side of the map. They could not care less. This is just Schofield dying after all. But it does give 1,000 golds to the enemy team. That's how big of a net worth lead we're looking at this point.
Is this the equivalent solo death? The Schofield death?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Schofield's always the master of it. Normally he's on some pos 4 dying on the other side of the map, This time he's a Muerta. A melee, I should say, pos 4, like some clockwork shaker. That's normally where you see him.
They're TPing back. They're trying to take the fight here. 9 Pandas. They're bringing 5 heroes, but I feel like Hero can still win the fight with 4 heroes. Black Hole is on cooldown, but I think with good positioning, they might be able to still take the fight. If they fight under their own ward, they're retreating for now, trying to, I guess, get a high ground ward somewhere to fight. Okay, actually maybe not. They're just avoiding, playing it safe, waiting for Schofield to rejoin the team. But he TP'd to the outpost. Holy, he's so far away.
Wow, what a gamer! What a move! He was so confident making that TP. I'm not sure why. He could have just TP. He could have just TP'd to his own outpost. You're going to go to Roche anyway, bro. Just meet him.
He didn't even have a ward on the outpost, so he somehow knew no one's there, and he just TP'd.
Just read the map. Just read the map, brother. I think this is especially hard for 9 Pandas because one way that they can win a fight is by just kind of like bulldozing in, putting down an observer ward, getting vision on one of these squishy backliners and blowing them up. Like that's doable for them in this kind of a team fight. But the problem is now that they've tried that 2-3 times, they're actually kind of running out of observer wards to make this move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Solo doesn't. They don't have any.
Yeah, also in the team fights, they kind of have to use the observer wards to kind of find the Earthshaker, right? Because he's going to be jumping around.
Yeah.
I think if you're the Doom, you have 2 heroes that you want to doom. You either want to doom the Earthshaker or you have to doom Enigma. I think Ursa is the last core that you would be considering dooming. So you need to see them, right, in the team fights for you to be able to decide. And now Yuma is going to have an Aegis, so he has a second life. So you're definitely not going to consider doing him at all. So the wards are going to be very important, because they need to see the Enigma and the Earthshaker. I think probably Shaker would be the important hero to doom, and then you leave the Rubik to deal with the Enigma in case he gets a black hole off.
I agree. Yeah, we still haven't really seen any standout plays from the Rubik.
Now.
Oh, okay. Okay, what do we at? 3 then? Is it 2? I thought there was a 3rd. Isn't Schofield building one? Oh no, he changed his mind. He's gonna build as a core. Oh, okay. They've caught Solo. Oh, just 2 seconds. Just let him take the rune, guys. I can't have anything in this world, man.
You can't take what does not belong to you, my friend.
And Yuma got the other one. They're TPing. They're going to the output. These are long TPs. King Jungles, he's caught someone, though. It's Serenata. He can blink away, but the fissure just in time. And now there is no escape here for the Tiny. Toss out buys him an extra second. The dead shot, 4-step away from Lupsy, but Analog, he predicted it. Blinks forward even. He's looking for more. Echo Slime onto 2. Nearly good for the kill onto the Rubik, but instead, Vatoon will jump inside and give him that extra HP and move speed to live. Doom over on the backside. That is going to be onto the Enigma. Hadn't dropped this black hole quite yet. Pipe of Insight is buying him valuable time as Analog is going to show back up. There's going to be the disruption to save him for a bit longer. Can they actually save his life? They cannot. He is going to drop. Vatoon picks up a nice meaty kill there. Gets a 4-staff away as Lupsy, that was his own dead shot, is going to prevent anyone from chasing further. Good sequence of events, all things considered. I mean, it's a 2-for-1, a heavy trade, but they at least get some action online here for Vatoon. Big kill.
I mean, Yuma's gonna make it another kill, you know, after the tower is jumping in.
That guy, he just disappeared.
Them, you have no right coming to defend your tower. This is our tower, says Yuma. Destroys the Rubik.
Yeah. What was that? There's 5 auto attacks in a second. 1,000 damage. He is just gone. No chance.
Power of the furry swipes plus overpower. Just disappear.
Yeah.
And the Rubik is just not really doing much, you know, in this game, you know. Considering that it's the last pick, 24th pick.
Schofield. They don't. Okay, they do see him. No! The toss not in time, and the dead shot. It came out before the toss could. He's left tossing a Alpha Wolf.
So that's 1-1 right now. Schofield versus Team Radiant.
Yeah, pretty much. Ole, Schofield. That was very nice.
How many times on average do you think Schofield escapes compared to him dying? Do you think he escapes more than he dies?
No, I think it's under 1, but I think that's the wrong stat to look at. I think it's what is the team doing while Schofield is creating space, because usually it's something very good. Yeah, sometimes you'll look at a winning game for Schofield and he'll have like 22 deaths, you know? And you look at a losing game and he's got like 2 deaths. What matters? Throne matters. Throne matters, okay?
Yeah.
Not KDA.
KDA does not matter, you know? As long as you get the W at the end of the game, that's what counts.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to go for a sneaky move here. They are quite split up. They tried to catch Analog there, but he gets the jump away in time. And now they are slightly awkwardly split here. Panda is able to get themselves back to their own high ground safely, however, as they've lost their second Tormentor of the game, which just sucks because honestly, I think they have pretty good Tormentor upgrades this game. The Pugnuz is not really anything to talk about this game. I guess increased cast. Oh, hold on. That's a toss back. Doesn't matter. Analog tosses himself back over. They will, however, put Yuma on the wrong side of the fissure, but he simply walks away. Man is so confident. He's got his BKB in his backpack right now on this Ursa Warrior. Still has that Aegis for another minute.
The man needs Battlefury to farm, Dagger to kill, MKB to kill, Basher to kill, you know. So very clearly he has no slot for BKB.
King Jungles finally manages to scout the enemy vision. He gets rid of it using his Gem of True Sight, which has made this game even more oppressive for 9 Pandas at this stage when you're kind of in a bit of a chokehold, you know, left turtling your base, trying to find and make these moves.
And not much they can do here, you know. They're just trapped and they're just waiting for the next high ground attempt from Heroic. So you'd have to try to toss someone in and hope for the best, you know. Whereas for Heroic, I think the main thing is just to make sure that no one else but the Ursa can get tossed in. I think Ursa is the only one that can kind of hit the tower.
Can survive a toss in.
And survive the toss back, yeah.
This is a good timing though. Aegis has just been reclaimed. We see it, 9 Pandas smoking out Vatoon. He's upgraded his arsenal. He's playing now with that full Ag Scepter so he can jump inside of enemies. Yeah, which may or may not be good. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. If they can catch Yuma, smoking breaks. They jump onto Yuma, but he does get off that enrage and BKB. He's doomed up. They have no way to cancel the TP. He's just gone. Oh, what a reaction time for him. Is it going to matter, though? Oh, no. Vatoon, he jumped inside. Oh, it's like the world's worst Kinder Egg, and he's going to just go to the fountain. I didn't realize that he had jumped inside of Yuma.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate. There, very good heads-up play by Analog there, coming back to help the Ursa.
Oh, Whisper, he outmaneuvers Serenata there, the blink. He's going to turn. He's got a black hole. I don't even think he needs it here. He's going to drop it anyway as soon as the BKB is completed now. Does need to try and get it back a bit here. Serenata living just barely by the skin of his teeth. Look, King Jungles is the one running him down. And in the meantime, Lay's doing decent damage now onto this Enigma as King Jungles does get the kill basically by himself there at the end onto the enemy mid laner. Lay's just has to BKB and TP away, and this... I mean, it's just all falling apart here, Winter.
You have to be very, very careful how you use your infest, when you have the axe on anything, because they can always BKB and TP out, and you can't really pop out,
He jumped in at the very end. It was like a last-minute decision to jump in. He thought he could try and kill him in the fountain, and to be fair, I guess he was pretty close. Oh, that's brutal.
What would you rate the risk-reward factor of that infest?
Hard to say.
90% risk, 10% reward.
Oh, hard to say. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta put it all in. Like you said, you gotta make risks. You gotta win big. Oh, that is just brutal. And again, another dead shot. At least he connects it there, but I don't know, man. It's just been such a tough game here for Nine Pandas. Nothing's really been going their way. 35 minutes in, 6-26, nearly a 30K net worth lead now for Heroic. It's all worked out beautifully for them, hasn't it? How did we get here, Winter? It felt like, what, one good laning stage from Whisper and Schofield, and all of a sudden we're here?
Pretty much. I think it got snowballed by also the fact that the top lane with the Rubik and Doom Rubik dying twice, it kind of allowed the Shadow Demon to make the early gate move at 4 minutes to kill the tower at 5 for the Enigma. Everything just kind of felt like they were in full control, as soon as the Enigma killed the tower, and they kind of 5-man top Enigma after killing his tower. I like the next move that he made. He killed the tower and he kind of repaired his team. He gate and he went back top and helped them kill the tower on the top lane. And
yeah, with like a one-man solo black hole, right? But like just the cause and effect.
It's just how you have to repay your team, right? Your team gives you the resource. You get a good heads-up start. They give you the gold and the XP, and then you have to kind of repay them, at some point. And this is what is the result of the early game, that was played by Heroic. They were able to snowball and kind of put Nine Pandas in a situation where I felt like they were never really in a position where they felt like they could really contest, Heroic. They tried, They took a couple of very risky moves, but it just didn't really work out for them, And now they're trying to make another smoke move and hopefully trying to catch a hero before Roshan spawns, so maybe they can steal Rosh.
Just a touch too early, though. He hasn't even spawned yet. Yeah, unlucky.
Yeah, just looking for a pick off here. And Heroic is just 5 men together, They have the gem, they're just trying to play around their vision, and now Enigma has Lincoln, so you don't even have the opportunity to Doom and stop the back right now.
Heroic can just ring the doorbell and force him back at any moment. They could just start pushing bottom. In fact, mid and bot are both about to push in. However, Vitoon, he is underneath a ward here. Yuma knows there's an enemy lurking nearby in these woods, and these are his woods, but he also needs to play with his team. Roche is going to go to the victor of this next team fight.
It's a quick Roche. Let's see if Nine Pandas can actually sneak it. And
I don't think they can do it fast enough.
Way too slow.
This could be disastrous against an Earthshaker, against an Enigma. This is so risky. But what choice does Nine Pandas have as the wraparound nearly complete at this point from Heroic? Smokes are breaking Vitoon. He is going to not get silenced here. Does get that Enrage off at the very least. Serenata, though, not as lucky. Gets jumped into the Abyssal. The Doom, no, doesn't come out in time because of the Echo Slam. And he doesn't even get the Doom. No, he does at the end. But Analog, he has just destroyed this team fight. That's 2 down already. Solo, he can do nothing as he is black holed alongside the Rubik. And only Vitoon managing to escape into the jungle, but Solo will throw in the towel. That is GG, well played. Heroic, they will take game number 1. Going as we get underway with game number 2 between Heroic and Nine Pandas. It was quite the wake-up call for Nine Pandas in game 1, if you missed it. Nine Pandas, what was it? It was something like 7-37. I mean, it was not a very close game. Basically, we're hoping that this one will be a bit tighter, more team fight, pretty good solo pickoff as well, this time from Nine Pandas. And I'm not talking about that position 5 player. I'm talking about that Lina, that new Serenata, that new talents that Solo is trying to bring onto the scene. We'll see how they get going here against this Heroic squad. Which, I don't hate their draft either, but I do think, like you say, it's got problems. I think it's got problems.
Are you a fan of Schofield Shaman? You think this is a hero that is going to be suitable for him to play?
I don't know. I don't think it is, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's going to be blinking into the middle of fights, you know, hex shackling a bunch of people. The team's going to follow him in because it does seem like he needs to play not really that much of an initiating role, but he needs to be on scene
and set up kills for the Spectre.
Needs to be on scene and ready to go. If not the Ember, it's going to be him basically. What are we seeing here? What are we seeing? Some fights for this top rune here potentially. This is another sneaky move. Schofield managing to get around the side. It'll be 3 runes then at the start for Heroic as they do manage to outmaneuver 9 Pandas out of the gate.
Yeah, last game 9 Pandas tried to split their heroes up to take 3, but this time around they tried to do the same thing, but they lost out. They lost on the runes here, so unfortunate for them. So they're gonna have to just be contented with just 1 rune. It's not gonna be the end of the world. They still have like a pretty good mid lane, mid matchup. Lina into Ember, they should be fine, and top lane Lifestealer into a balance should be okay as well. You know, so overall, I think they're gonna do good in the lane regardless of losing the bounty runes here.
If you are a Phoenix, you don't love the idea of trading into a Shaman because this is one of the highest attack range damages in the game. And you are still, I think, a 0 armor hero. And he's got 1 because of the sticks and the circlet. But, of course, it's a bit easier trading into with those fire spirits.
Yeah, also very nice that Whisper gave the Shaman the shield, so the Shaman can win the trade.
Where are they going?
Is he trying to pull? What is he?
I have no idea. Oh, he might get the courier. He might get the courier.
I mean, if he's trying to pull the wave, he's late. So I'm not sure. I guess he just wants to drag. He thinks that it's okay to give Abaddon the 1v1 as long as the Phoenix is busy. So his plan is to keep the Phoenix busy and give Whisper a 1v1 against the Lifestealer.
Oh,
I mean,
you know what else is interesting? Lias has gone for double jump facet, as we've seen down bottom, over the Thunder roll. I'm not sure. I think for off lanes, this might be more popular.
Yeah, it's the better laning spell if you want to do well in your lane. I think we see a lot of like different facets based on the matchups. I think especially against Birdseeker, you see the double jump more. And then if you're not countered, usually a lot of players tend to favor the Thunderbolt. But we'll see, you know, the double jump definitely makes your laning phase a lot better.
Schofield reblocks the camp top. That's, I think, his main goal. He wants to keep that top lane locked down and blocked. That
so they are playing like they feel like as long as they can 50-50 the lane, they're not trying to like pressure or win the lane. You know? As long as the Abaddon gets the wave, he can farm and they're happy. And looking at the CS score right now, Whisper is a little bit behind on the Abaddon, 8-3 against the 12-1. So he is still trying to keep up. And
just
Lotus
such a disgusting hero.
Respond.
I mean, look at this: 15% attack speed slow plus the Orb of Venom. It's just gross. I don't know if that's stacked additively or multiplicatively, but it's still a lot. It's Whisper is getting in basically 2 auto attacks per every 1 that Vatoon sneaks in.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage. You know, the DPS when you get the slow on him. And now the Lotus, Schofield is going to pick up the top Lotus, and Loopsy on 9 Pandas. Clockwork is going to pick up the bot, so 1 apiece on both sides.
Yep.
And how about our mid lane is Ember? Ember's actually not struggling.
No, he's not. I was going to say this when Heroic picked it, but Analog, I think he really made a name for himself on this Ember hero back during the Singapore TI. The team name escapes me, but I know that they did surprisingly well. I think they were in last chance qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. That was the really long format TI we had. And I think they were really impressive, Heroic especially on mid-Ember.
I mean, this really doesn't really look like what I expected or in this lane matchup. I don't know if the matchup is supposed to be like this or Ember just kind of outclass, you know, the Lina here in this lane. Ember is, I feel like it's not supposed to do this spell, you know. And now, because of this good start, he is going to be able to do a lot in this game. And Schofield is already here to try and steal or secure runes. And Analog's going to get 1 rune regardless.
Yeah, Whisper is just totally being chilling up top lane 2v1, honestly. He just doesn't care about the Phoenix at all, and Vatoon is getting whittled down by the curse. Schofield will return. I was going to say, I took a peek at Analog's Dota 2 Pro Tracker. He has played 5 Ember games in the past, whatever, I think they do 13 or 14 days tracking. And he's won all 5 of them. He's played against Alina mid, he's played against a lot of other really annoying mids. And again, being a Grandmaster and being known for a hero, I think you have to end up going into these, you know, poor matchups and get used to it.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like
guess
there's like this learning curve to when you like start spamming a hero, where at first you know a lot and you're confident, and then there's that like valley of suck where you know, you just have to get used to getting countered every game until you overcome that. Yeah. You know, where it's like you don't have any fun playing the hero anymore, and you just start losing more games because you're getting counterpicked. But then eventually you learn how to play into the counterpick. Solo, it's the Icarus dive away top lane. They had thrown the blood grenade at Whisper. It was a pretty eager attempt, as Whisper does get tagged by that last fire spirit. So just a lot of spells thrown at each other, but ultimately no one dying. Mid lane, though, there is action as King Jungles. He's come through, TP'd on in. He's got at least one more Shadow Poison, ready to go for it, and does have the first blood. Lupsy is here in return, is going to get that kill onto the Shadow Demon, but it is going to be an earlier level 6 for Analog here, courtesy of his supports rotations. Yep, top lane, Solo. Oh, we get hit with a pause.
We're going to give you time, Solo, to think about your actions previously. And you're gonna die.
Screen black, I think is
black
what that
screen,
means.
I guess.
Okay, but we're good to go. And Solo, yeah, no chance to get out here. He did have the wand, no chance to use it, though, sadly for him. So a 2 for 1 across the lanes.
It's going very well right now for Heroics. Early game once more. At least they're gonna get the bottom rune on the Lina. Shield rune.
Yeah.
So
Like bully away Analog.
Has to pick up the bounty here, or he could just go back to base, drop a remnant down, just get back to the lane. So he's gonna pick up both the bounty runes. Okay, so he has a remnant on top. This is how you know he's a Grandmaster Ember player. Definitely.
Yeah, you get 3 charges of the bottle, I get 4. How about that? Not bad. Schofield, he's really looking for an opportunity here. They will dive tower now. I mean, this is not a bad time with the wagon.
Just Schofield doing Schofield things here. Just shows himself.
Pretty much. It leaves Yuma completely alone down bottom, though, and 9 Pandas will completely take advantage of that. That's a very nice rotation from Solo, who now is going to go back top lane, where... Yeah, Vatoon, he does need a little bit of assistance. Schofield is the one currently in trouble, but simply walks away after the open wounds. What is that, level 1? Yeah, they don't really do too much there, do they? However, the wagon still assaulting this tier 1 tower. They're calling in more reinforcements. I believe that's the Clockwork joining the fray. It is. Scouted immediately by King Jungles, though. Trapped in the disruption. He is not going to be able to offer much. Another creep wave is almost kind of half cut. But the tower so far is still alive in the top lane. Now Serenata joining from the mid lane. A little cluster cluck action is not going to be able to save Schofield here.
Yeah, meanwhile Yuma is about to hit level 6, so he's about to be able to help his team from afar here. There's one more wave. Actually, 2 more waves before he gets his level 6, so his team has to wait for that. Play for the Amy runes. He's gonna even refill the bottle of Analog before they go for the runes. Yeah, once they have level 6 on the Spectre, the game is gonna get even more interesting for Heroic here. They can make more plays on the map.
Good job burning away that shield rune. 8-minute rune spawns in. It's an invis top. Analog's got the remnants. He's got the support nearby to make sure he gets that bottom.
Spectre bot.
Yeah, they're trying, at least before she can get level 6. Oh, she doesn't have a lot of regen left on. Over does hit level 6 here, but I don't think has a way out.
Wow.
As 4 heroes down bottom will bring her down.
He was trying to give vision on the Lina so the Spectre could shadow step over, because there's 4 heroes bot, right? So he couldn't shadow step bottom, so he needed to go like to the hero in the mid lane, the Lina. So the SD he was trying to give vision, but they couldn't get the vision, so he couldn't get out.
Nice moves from 9 Pandas early on, though. This time around, it's Yuma who's struggling more out of the gate, isn't he? That's his second death.
Yeah, because the Shaman abandoned him, or not abandoned, but left him to... I mean, not the Shaman, the Shadow Demon left him to make a move on the other side, and they were able to kill him. And now, again, Nine Pandas expecting that Heroic is going to try to play around the Shadow Step, and they went for the Spectre kill. Just a classic textbook play, right? You're playing into Dawn, Breaker, Spectre, those global heroes. You gank that hero instead of his team.
True. Yeah, true.
Now Whisper coming to the mid lane as well. We saw him making this move as Enigma the last game. Now making the same move as well when he's Abaddon.
He's got the full orb of corrosion, he's got the phase boots, a lot of armor on this guy at the moment. And with the dispels, there's not much Solo can do about this tower going down. Won't be able to do much at all. So tower going down uncontested. It has given time for Serenata to finish farming the BOT, so bots online. As Schofield, again, he just loves tanking the tower here. Tower goes down to Analog. That is 2 towers again for Heroic, though, early on that go unanswered by Nine Pandas. Even if this laning stage is looking a lot more even, Winter, you can't deny that this is looking a little similar to Game 1.
You mean similar in terms of how they took the towers, right? Because
yeah,
net worth-wise, it's not the same at all. In the last
different
game,
story there, yeah.
Yeah, they were already quite
there.
far behind.
My goodness, look at this. This damage. They're even trying to contest some of these runes. Whisper runs Vatoon out of the top lane. In the meantime, you can see Serenata getting some help defending the stacks, although Analog doing a pretty good job stealing as much as he can, basically just filling his arms with creeps and running away very quickly now with that haste rune, mind you.
Yeah,
no chance for this.
Hurts, you know. Dina has no armor.
Look at him. There it is. Okay. So annoying here, Solo. Just doing what he can, but not much to be done about that, really. Haste rune utilized decently well by Analog. Just runs around, steals a bunch of creeps. I don't think he's too unhappy there. Oh, they're going to look for a solo kill onto Solo. I say Solo until really Yuma joins in, but the Icarus dive was available. Lupsy gets blocked there by his wagon. Bit unlucky there. And so
that's a good poke overall by Heroic. They force rotations, got a TP at mid, and yeah, I mean, this is space, you know, this is non-committal type of playstyle that Spectre has right now. It's very annoying. They have to try to make something now on Nine Pandas. Shadow Step is down, so they should try to take a tower.
It's interesting seeing like the Whisper versus Vatoon. They have like little slap fights where one of them will just hit each other a few times and then the other one will run away.
And then
but it's never consistent.
They can't kill one
pretty
another.
much. Cogs will stop Whisper from getting any slows immediately, but he does actually still eventually find himself. Look at this, 217 move speed is, it just feels criminal. Another Rolling Thunder is ready. Lupsy still alive, but eventually goes down to the DOTs of Whisper. Serenata, he jumps in hoping for a kill, but unfortunately Whisper's rung his bell, and now he's ringing Serenata's bell. It doesn't last too long. Another Aphotic Shield, not good enough for the kill though. Serenata walks away, low on HP, but otherwise happy to have participated in the kill against the Abaddon.
Yeah, they have to be very careful. Solo's level 6, you know. They're going in, they're trying to kill the Phoenix. They have to kill the Phoenix before he pops the egg. They're going to succeed.
Yeah, nice job.
Another kill there, and another tower possibly here. Shaman's level 6. He's going to have his wards up. And Amber is, I guess, picking up all the runes here. Showing up with the Arcane rune as well this time.
Yeah, they will go straight for the tower. I can't tell you a lie though, Winter. Anytime I play Shaman, I still love going for the massive Serpent Ward. It's just so funny.
Oh, you told me this 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago.
Just big snake. Oh, it's so funny.
And I tried to argue that cluster, cluster clock is the better.
Cluster clock. Like, it is better. It is better.
You're like, no, but I love having fun. You know, I have more fun with the other facet.
Big Snake. Okay, I will say the only thing that's good about Big Snake is that everyone underestimates how tanky it is and how much damage it does. You need to click it like 20 times to kill it, which is ridiculous. And
I got a snake visitor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, during Chinese New Year, something slid into my home.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Isn't that auspicious? Yeah, right. I'd say that's probably auspicious. Vatoon, I don't know if he wins these, but there is support coming from Lupsi. Whisper on the run now, has another ulti ready to go, so he'll be basically back to full HP here. It is going to eat a second Laguna Blade and just simply goes down again. Whisper slightly overestimating how strong he is here. Lies now, he's going to be the one in trouble. Gets hexed up. There's a Supernova behind to try and offer some support. They think they can take it down. King Jungles, he just runs in there. Okay, the rest of the team not on the same page.
I like the spirit, you know. He's
Yeah.
on Shadow Demon and like, guys, let's just hit the egg, and he's the only one doing it.
1-for-1 trade though against the offlaners. Solo also uses the egg in that fight. So a lot of poke and harass with some non-traditional poke and harass abilities.
Yeah, so now Analog has the Mage Slayer up. This is a huge timing on the hero. He's very, very strong and durable against the Lina. I think this is also the other reason why Ember kind of can deal with the Lina, because he buys the Mage Slayer, kind of limits the damage the Lina does in the team fights.
Oh, he's just murdering the Phoenix as well. If he gets off another Sleight of Fist, he might kill him here. I don't think he will. Illusions giving chase. That they have vision. Yuma, he gets
This
it.
is the Spectre Ember, you know, hunting around the map, you know. It's putting a lot of pressure on 9 Pandas at the moment. They kind of have to find a way to push out the lanes without, you know, showing on the map. And then
King
jump out
Jungles.
and smoke, you know.
Oh, he hit him with the Demonic Purge. It's not going to stop this Rolling Thunder, of course. And it's
Nope,
not going to
it's
save the
not.
life of King Jungles either. Lies. Pardon me, finds another stun here, but only an additional, as that'll be the end of the Rolling Thunder. Misses big on that Swashbuckle. Solo does not have ults for 30 seconds. There's a Laguna Blade as Serenata offering support from behind. Vatoon joining the fight. Still no Radiance to his name quite yet, but as damage. Serpent Warren's planted in the middle of his fight. Yuma now running on in as Solo. He realizes he needs to get out, cannot follow through there. Vatoon, he is trapped on the wrong side of this fight. He dies completely by himself. As Analog, he's just too tanky with all these aphotic shields. Speaking of shields, Lays gets another off of that shield crash. They're trying to still survive in this fight, but it is just not going their way, Winter. 9 Pandas kited out and completely punished. As Heroic basically break them over their knee. That was a brutal fight to watch.
That was like a perfect usage of their 3-cost item timing. So the Spectre on Yuma, he got a Orchid, and he's going to get another Shadow Step. He's going to get another pick up with the Orchid. And
Solo.
Whisper got a Dagger. So Dagger, Orchid plus the Mage Slayer, you know, on all 3 costs, you know, just utilizing that timing, you know. Whereas if you compare that to 9 Pandas, they don't really have a timing, you know, in that fight, you know. Lina has the Travels, which doesn't really help.
Right.
Pango, okay, Echo Saber helps. And then Lifestealer is like, he has a Sacred Relic, you know, so he doesn't even
just
have
didn't have much.
an item completer, so he's not that useful in a team fight. So
They just get kited so bad. They just get kited so bad as well, because the biggest sense of control, the Rolling Thunder, was used so early for not really much gain. There was no Supernova because it was still on cooldown from when Solo did
they
it.
got the first kill. They killed, who was it? They killed the, I think was it the Shadow Demon? They killed the Shadow Demon or the Shaman first. And after that, I think they should have been contented, right? They kill one hero and they just need to back and farm, you know, instead of chasing. Because they are not that strong, you know. You need to realize you're not that strong. And I think I also mentioned this to you before, you know, in Dota, one of the hardest skills to master is knowing when you need to just back off and farm, you know, when you get a kill. And they just needed to be less greedy, but yeah, they couldn't do it, you know, and they paid the price.
Oh, Serenata. He sees a big stack he wants to try and steal here.
Whisper
Can
daggers
decide if he wants to go for the kill. He's got to be a little careful here. They're going to go right back on in. Good damage onto 2. Self-disruption. There's going to be the haunt in. They're looking for Solo. Solo this time has an egg. Could look to potentially use this in the river as they stop that Rolling Thunder. Schofield, he's going to find himself with an egg on top of him. That's a very strong egg in the middle of the fight with the cogs as well. Going on through, completely zones Heroic out of the river. But now 9 Pandas on cleanup duty. Will find both supports first. Yuma does TP on in as Analog able to get through Lupsi. Yuma finds Serenata, in the fight as well. Solo running for his life. He's on the wrong side of the map, though. No TP for 4 seconds. I don't believe he makes out alive here, Winter. He will be the last casualty of this fight. So Heroic, happier with that one.
The 3 costs from Heroic just, you know, proving to be much stronger. I mean, Spectre went out and he went back to... He came back to the fight with a TP. He initiated with a Shadow Step. He got out, relit it, and then he TP'd back into the fight, you know, after that, you know. So that was a very, very nice play there by Yuma, just kiting them. And with 9 Pandas, I think you've already seen what they need to do. You know, they drop an egg, it was a good egg. They fought under the egg, but after the egg ended, they needed to reset.
Oh no. Oh, you can't show. This is not your territory anymore, Lina.
Yeah,
huge kill there.
The Spectre against the Lina matchup, you know, and the dagger on Whisper just means that they are able to abuse the Shadow Step even more, you know. This Lina has to respect the fact that he can actually die so easily. You have to just push from the hiding behind the trees and not show in the lane at all.
Here's that last fight again here on our replay, and you can just see once the two supports go down, look for the Spectre TPing back in here, right? That's the biggest difference maker. He just gets right on top of the Lina basically for free, doesn't he?
Yeah, they just needed to back, you know, like very similar to the previous fight. They got kills, they used the egg, and they had to back.
Nice hex there, just in the nick of time. They even actually got him right as he started casting Icarus Dive, so he can't really do much. He's actually still alive. Does manage to turn. Clustercluck saves Schofield for a second, but Solo Schofield goes down as well, as it seems like trapped inside of the snakes. Oh, very good. Fast to save a life there. Okay, but they're still like skirmishing. I mean, Analog's on an amplified damage and he's happy to continue fighting here. At least throwing in these big damage sleight of fist.
Yeah, they're gonna have another Shadow Step up in 25 seconds, you know, so probably best to wait for that and play with that. Let's go back, chill a little bit, be disciplined, just wait for your cooldowns. And now Analog has another rune, Illusion Rune. So that's going to, I guess, be... What can he dispel? I guess use it to dispel the Phoenix.
Yep.
Fire Spirit.
It's also
open
good against Clock.
Yeah, I guess. 20 minutes, so Tormentor is up. Heroic is here again, like the previous game, to steal the enemy Tormentor.
Can they do it this fast, though? There is a Supernova ready. Let's see what Solo wants to do.
Oh, he's jumping
Solo's going to get jumped. Whisper is just a madman. Hookshot in. They've interrupted this. They're lower on HP now. Lights with a huge double jump on in. Schofield, he's going to be the first to go. King Jungles, he is surrounded by enemies as this is a step too far from Heroic. 9 Pandas to successfully defend. That being said, Analog is still kind of styling on him, but he is eventually going to be ran out of this area. Yeah, that's the...
Illusion Rune. Now he gets to save his Remnant, so that's pretty important. So
tried to deny the
by 9
wisdom too.
Pandas. They punish the over-aggressiveness from Heroic. Defended their Tormentor. They killed 2 supports. And who gets the shot? Oh, Phoenix. Perfect.
Solo got it. Nice one.
But he has only 1 point in the sun right now. He actually has 3 points in the dive. Okay. So I guess he feels like in this sort of game where the enemy has a lot of ways to stop the Sunray, Shaman, Shadow Demon, Spectre with the Orchid. So he doesn't really want to play around the Sunray as much, but now he's given the shot. So I don't think he has the choice now.
That's true.
So he has to put more points on it.
Yeah, these slows, the slow on Icarus dive so nice though, isn't it? Especially
you
when you
actually
get that 25.
don't really see a lot of Phoenix players, especially on support maxing slow. Usually you do this when you're a core, when you max the slow.
Okay, careful. Another jump on in. It's Solo again, unfortunately. He will go down as the silence outlasting that duration of the Ghost Scepter. Sanjin Yasha. First Sanjin Yasha for us of the tournament, Winter. Best item in the game? Or is it still Glimmer, you think?
Yeah, SMY is definitely up there in terms of what it gives you. It's just very, very nice to have a SMY. Gives you a lot. Health regen, heal amp, status resist.
Yeah. Boost speed. Just feels good. It's a nice feel-good item.
Yeah, it's a feel-good item. Yeah, it's definitely a feel-good item. Glimmer is more of like, okay, you want to win, you buy Glimmer, you know.
There's no way Analog gets a solo kill here, right? Like, this just seems impossible. Oh, he's waiting for the Spectre, of course. It's not really a solo kill. Spectre down bottom doing Roche as Analog almost actually kills this poor Phoenix. So okay. Well, that didn't really work out how Solo thought after he dusted.
He jumped out. Spectre also jumped out. They got the kill and they all jumped out.
And gone into the night like a whisper. Solo left scratching his head, unfortunately. These young kids, he says, no respect. It's
rough. It's rough, you know. If you've been playing your pubs recently, you're gonna know how it feels to be hunted down by Bounty Hunter Spectre, you know. Just come play the
double stun with the double shadow walk,
you have
right?
to like constantly group up, you know. It can be very hard to do. And you have to try to not sure, which is also another thing that's very hard. You have to group up and you have to make sure you're not under vision so they can't jump you right away. As he has the Ghost Scepter to save him for now, but SD can purge it all the time.
Looking like a big fight here. Analog giving chase. His smoke's the only one to break. He's going to be the one jumped in immediately, hexed up. He can contribute nothing to the fight, but that's a good supernova behind. They've trapped only Whisper, though, inside the cogs. He simply walks away. The rest of the team just too darn mobile. Analog and Spectre, he's going to get out. All of a sudden, 9 Pandas, what do you have left to fight with? Batoon being ran down. Schofield just jumps in, finds a hex on a Serenata. Can they even save him? And Infest buys him a little bit of time, but the silence as well, just slowing this Lina to a crawl. Without the fiery soul stack, she goes down. They cannot protect the backliners. They get jumped immediately. They only get Schofield for their trouble, and it seems like they're going to lose another. Lepsy, he is going to be the last to go. Analog still poking and prodding, running Batoon out of the fight. But a beautiful 3-for-1 exchange there in favor of Heroic.
Yeah, they just realized without the egg, 9 Pandas can't really fight, you know. In the engagement, you know, they have nothing. So that was a very ballsy but effective move there by Schofield, just blinking in as to initiate for his team there. It's winning them the team fight.
Whoa, and they're just going to go again? They're going to try? Yuma, I mean, I suppose you could just leave. It's not really much of a threat to him. What are they going to do? Stun him? Not when you silence the only stun on the team.
Yeah. And now Whisper also has a nullifier, you know, so he can remove the Pavis.
Hook shot onto Whisper, speaking of. He's going to try and break out of cogs. He's going to be in some trouble. Does have, I was going to say, the borrowed time. Wow, Vatoon even turned off the Radiance for him. He's still back to full HP, but the team's now coming on in. There's going to be the Cluster Cluck for the Dispel. Vatoon already activated the Rage. He's going to have to get on the other side of the river now as Whoopsie is going to be left behind. That is 5 enemy heroes responding to the attempt on the Abaddon's life. Who, by the way, gets out alive.
Yeah, that was a tough hero to take down, you know. And he was also so near the tier 1 tower, so 9 Pandas, they're definitely taking a very big risk there, trying to kill him after the borrowed time, you know. It's definitely tempting for them to chase it down, but ultimately they just didn't have enough in the tank to go for that kill.
Did 9 Pandas get a tower last game? Because they haven't gotten one this game.
Pretty sure they
did. This could be their opening. King Jungles, he's going to get caught. I say that, but it's actually Yuma who jumps back in on Elias. King Jungles eventually gets popped. Lina, this time, able to get off her spells. Lands another nice stun here onto Yuma. Solo, low on HP, has Egg, but didn't really look like a good chance to use it here. 2-for-2 trade so far, but Analog jumping on it. A buyback now from Solo. This is looking like a better opportunity for him, but he runs right into Yuma. Yuma, who cannot attack him through the Ghost Scepter, at least, so Solo able to reposition. No Icarus dive, though. He's going to have to just do this by walking in. That being said, Vatoon, he has no problem simply walking down Analog, who used all of his remnants a bit too aggressively there. Thought he had the Ags. He didn't.
Good call there. He definitely thought he had the axe there. He used all the remnants to chase down the Lina. I mean, it was also probably because he had regen, right? He thought he could play a little bit more deep and get out with the regen, but just got ran down by the lifestealer there. It's good punish there by 9 Pandas, you know. Making sure that Heroic can't get away with murder there, just chasing so deep.
Where do we stand now, Winter? It's a 6k net worth lead for Heroic. This Aegis is about to expire or be reclaimed in 30 seconds on Yuma. We finally see 9 Pandas able to get a big kill onto the Emperor. That's his first death of the game. 6-1 and 12 now in this Ember Spirit. Where do we stand? How are you liking things for both teams?
I think in terms of like the team fight, 9 Pandas definitely can still win the fights with a good egg plus Rolling Thunder. Whereas for Heroic, they're still looking for, you know, the constant pick-off potential on the map with the Shadow Step plus Ember running around. Even though they have like some 8k lead right now, but it does feel like if they lose one fight, game's gonna be back, you know, for 9 Pandas.
Okay, Serenata Laguna bladed Spectre Illusion. It happens.
It's just a 60-second cooldown, you know, why not? You get the charge, you know.
It happens. What happens? Smoked up here are Heroic. He was on edge, I think, because they were missing off the map for so long. Now they will show bottom. And they've got good detection set up here in the triangle, making the path to defend this true tower basically impossible. Non-Pandas will have to let that tower go, as they did commit snakes for it, but Solo, it's going to be a dieback for him, actually, with the timer. So he's dead for 70 seconds.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bit of a...
Tier 2, so that is pretty bad for 9 Pandas here.
Second smoke. Heroic, they're going to look for more as Yuma is going to make the jump in immediately, wanting to find Lays here. Lays gets up to the high ground, but they're giving chase. Oh, a nice blink away. Lays with the roll up, able to at least channel the Rolling Thunder away. Going to go for the TP. And yeah, he's safe and sound. Nice moves. Nice moves.
Yeah, good escape. Space created. More time to farm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, definitely.
Lina's queuing a BKB. Okay. Not sure if I like that. He has BKB plus Ghost Scepter.
Plus Ghost Scepter, yeah.
I feel like he needs to maybe buy a Shadow Blade so she can be more sneaky in the team fights to avoid...
Shadow Blade? Glimmer Cape. I think you meant Glimmer Cape.
Sure, Glimmer Cape.
I mean, it'd be good. He'd be so fast, right? Plus 50 move speed. How much do you get off this eggs again?
Yeah, but you want to hunt with the thing is with Lina, I think you want the Shadow Blade more because you want to be able to run around, get pickoffs, you know. I think Shadow Blade helps you with that a lot more.
I guess. It's like a little bit more damage. I guess you got a point. We'll see. We'll see what he wants to go for. Schofield scouted.
Yeah, BKB Ghost Scepter just
breaks the
like
smoke. Olay! Another Schofield outplay. Oh, and Yuma is going to jump in. It's time for him to do something. Infest to keep Lupsi alive and the Sunray behind. I think Heroic, they like their chances here in a fight, but they've just lost their vision. They're underneath actually 2 9 Panda wards, but the silence, they found Solo yet again, and this time they get the kill. No Supernova Egg is going to be ready this time. King Jungle's getting walked down by Vatoon as Lies also giving chase here with the Rolling Thunder. Okay, the 3 cores are going to go instead for the Lina, then they decide. Silence and hit with the Nullifier. Absolutely nothing that this poor Lina can do, as it's a better trade here simply for Heroic.
And that was very well played by King Jungles there. He wasted as much time as possible, got off the disrupt at the last moment after the Glimmer. So they had to use a lot of time to kill him, and they couldn't really go back to help Lina, you know, so they traded the Lina for SD. That was not the best trade, you know, for 9 Pandas for sure.
No. Unfortunately, it wasn't.
Good play by King Jungles there.
I'm not sure even how they saw Solo there, but a frustrating moment for him as he gets jumped. Oh no, no way they kill Vatoon like this. Really good hook shot in, but that's going to be a big soul burn coming in, and it's going to get the kill along with Analog. Just enough damage there. And the White Knight punished as well. Lupsi, he goes down.
That is
tough.
The axe for you, Richie. The Ember Axe.
That's
the
true.
Range.
And another kill there to boot onto Lays, by the way. Onto Lies, sorry. Here's that last fight again.
There was Alina, and now she's not there.
Yep. Oh, I was busy watching the replay. Lina died down bottom. It's same combo basically. Ember, Disruption with the Spectre on top. And that is a deadly cocktail here for 9 Pandas time and time again. It's kind of been falling apart here. The pickoffs, the vision, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but Heroic with this edge, with this very, very potent combo, have just been absolutely dominating so far. Well, for the past like 5 minutes, basically.
Yeah, they've been just making the first moves all the time. They see a hero, they jump with the Spectre, which is why I feel like 9 Pandas, they have to be just grouping up together and been trying to make the plays themselves. You know, they have Dagger on Pango, they have Clockwork Hookshot. I mean, I feel like there's no reason to say that you can't really find the moves, right? You just need to be in position to smoke and look for a fight aggressively instead of like, I feel like they were just playing too scared, right? I think that is the last thing you want to do when you're playing against a Spectre lineup. Being scared, you know, and not afraid to do anything at all, and you just sit and try to hide. And Spectre is going to get you, you know, one way or the other. You have to be proactive and go out on the map and be together and find a fight on your own terms.
It's true. She got Haunt now, even. That's a shadow step in this instance. And, well, no kill this time, actually, on the Lupsi. Didn't have any way to stop him flying.
It's good that you brought the Haunt. With the Haunt now, the Lina has nowhere to hide, you know. That's why you have to be together with your teammates. And
Oh, Serenada
find her.
dying potentially for a courier. No, he TP's away in time, but a scary one moment for him
no
there.
basher on Abaddon, so he's safe.
Middle tower is under attack.
And this is looking really rough right now for 9 Pandas. They can't afford to go out on the map. There's an Aegis on Yuma, on the Spectre. You
For
have
4
to
minutes
find
still.
like, yeah, you have to find a way to win the team fights, which is I think trying to smoke and go behind, go to the back lines.
Yeah.
They have to kill the shaman.
I
and the
think-
Shadow Demon.
I mean, I'm going to make it sound so easy against this kind of. I mean, look at this. They can barely stop their heroes from dying in the base. So what I'm about to say just isn't going to make any sense, right? But they have to stop getting picked off. Like Solo dying at the start of the fight, or Lei starting at the start of a fight. They need the supernova. They need the spells. They need their spellcasters. Otherwise, Lina is just going to be minced meat. She just
Yeah,
can't
the thing
stand
is,
and fight versus these
when
heroes.
Abaddon sees someone, he has Nullifier and Orchid, right? He blinks in, he Nullifier, Orchid's one hero, and then you're dead.
He dooms
the
them.
support's dead.
They're doomed.
Yeah. It's just very hard to play around it. You have to just group up together and smoke and find the jump. You cannot let the Spectre see you first.
Scanning.
Oh no, they've scanned Serenada. Oh, yikes. The good attempt there on the side. It's just not going to make a difference. He gets killed trying to sneak out of the base. How'd they see him there? The Cliff Ward scouted him. Yeah, fair
and he
enough.
is Haunt.
Oh, and they're just in the... And Solo's just dead. He's got buyback at least, but this is just pain. Now, this is just pain incarnate for 9 Pandas. Schofield's letting him hear it.
You know, if this is a pub, you'll be saying, "And mid, please."
I think so. 20K now, the net worth lead. Winter, I wanted to say, like, what? I asked you at 27 minutes in when we only had a 6K net worth lead. It looked pretty even. And since then, 9 Pandas have just... I mean, they've just been crumbling, unfortunately. Tier 3 tower as well is in for some trouble. Vatoon doing what he can. He's got a full Satanic now. But he just really ends up struggling here too, doesn't he? Okay, Shackles, there's a jump in from Yuma. Okay, they break the stun. That's pretty good. Yuma still alive, and Vatoon still end up going down here, fighting through Whisper, but of course he's got borrowed time. The Sunrise pretty good this time around from Solo. They buy back on Lupsy to try and find something here, but Analog holding them down. Oh, look at the damage! They actually almost get through Whisper, but he just managed to escape the blink forward. A blink back now. Another blink from Schofield. They just can't get their hands on anyone, and Yuma running around this fight is just tearing them apart. Schofield, he finally gets caught and killed. Whisper, he will at last pay for his sins, but look at the damage. What will it cost him? That's going to be a dead Serenada. He's got buyback if he wants to use it. Yuma's still quite healthy in this fight. A 3 versus 3. There's going to be another Shadow Step. He's onto Solo again. He is going to die. This is looking like a team wipe then, as Vatoon being walked back into his base, but they have another Searing Chains. They have the illusions. Vatoon does a lot of life still here with that Satanic up. They're going to struggle to kill him here for a few more seconds. Open wounds, also making things easier. The triple buyback now trying to punish. They need to get something, but there's a disruption stopping the Lina Summer coming through. Lies, he's got to roll up in 3 more seconds, but look at the root on his Serenada. He is not going to be able to follow up and get that kill. King Jungles preventing potentially a disaster there as Heroic. They trigger 4 buybacks, 3 buybacks make it, and they won't get anything. They don't even save Vatoon. Oh.
Yeah, that was insane. They killed him with the poison stacks there at the end. You know, he thought he was out, and with the Satanic, he was fighting back, and then he just died to the poison stacks. It's well played there by King
Truly.
Jungles. The poison stacks at the end and initially saving Schofield just with the disruption. Just a lot of good plays in the team fight there. They were able to somehow drag out the fights, and every time it's the same thing, right? You drag out the fights, and eventually the Ember and Spectre, they're gonna clean up everything. You know, sure, sometimes you kill the supports, but at what cost? You know, you're gonna lose a lot of heroes to kill the supports or even the Abaddon. Whisper there, he went in, he made the space. And here again, you know, another Shadow Step.
Another one. Another jump in. Lies, this time he just manages to live, but it cost him his Rolling Thunder. Vatoon respawning in 13 seconds.
There's just no life
siege.
stealer. They can just do whatever they want, you know.
Yep. Yeah, and Serenada after that, I mean, what's tragic is, I mean, he was pretty close to BKB, but now it's just miles away. It's just miles away. Snakes take down the mid-tier 3 tower. The Whisper is destroying your bottom racks. They're just gone already. Quick little nullifier. Jumping from Yuma. They're just poking. They're just prodding. That's going to be a haunt on in. The backliner's being scared away. Vatoon doing what he can to stop him, but he can do nothing. Solo and Lupsy, they're already dead. Serenada's TP'd back into the base, but it's a 2 versus 5 Winter. This is just, it's untenable. They can't do it. They call it. Vatoon will call the GG well played, and Heroic, they win the series.